Arizona at 16-13. Milwaukee coming in here 15-14 as we check the Potawatomi Sportsbook batting order for Torey Lovullo and the D-backs, with Perdomo, Marte, and Carroll at the top. Del Castillo, Ildemaro Vargas, and Lourdes Gurriel in the middle, with Arenado, Thomas, and McCann rounding out the starting 9 for Arizona. And Brandon Woodruff gets the ball. Vinny will be start number 6. His numbers across the board are good. He has been great here at home
and taking his turn in the rotation every time, which is a big deal for Brandon Woodruff this year. Remember, coming off that shoulder injury from last year, or a couple of years ago I should say, pitched last Friday against the Pirates and suffered his first loss of the year. Remember, he had to battle against Paul Skeens, who was perfect through his first 20 batters in last week's game. Let's take a look at that defense behind Big Woo, brought to you by Landmark Credit Union. You have Greg Jones in left, Garrett Mitchell in center, Sal Frelick in right, Luis Rengifo getting the start at third, David Hamilton at short, Bryce Terang at second, Jake Bowers at first base, and William Contreras again behind the plate.
Umpires in place. Mike Easterbrook will call the balls and strikes. Over at first base, Malachi Moore. Lance Barrett is the second base umpire, and last night's home plate umpire and the crew chief, Alfonso Marquez, over at third base.
Hey, let's check out today's Miller Time game plan for the win. Make the Snakes chase. What does that mean? It means they are a very aggressive ball club, second to last in walk percentage, second to last in chase percentage. So pitch around the edges, kind of a no panic approach if you're Brandon Woodruff, right? So making sure that they're going to hit your pitch, not the other way around.
This is a free swinging ball club, and they do a lot of damage at the plate. It's one of the better offensive lineups in the National League, top 5 in a lot of the major categories, including batting average and OPS. We are ready for first pitch here today. Brandon Woodruff against Geraldo Perdomo. Today's first pitch presented by Aurora Healthcare. Brewers hit the road after this one. Got a road trip to DC to take on the Nats and then the Cardinals. And then they'll be back home against the Yankees and the Padres. So got another homestand coming up with some tough opponents. First pitch is upstairs for ball 1, and away we go. Geraldo Perdomo, talented Diamondback shortstop. Had 3 walks yesterday. Switch hitter. They've got 2 switch hitters at the top of their lineup, so it's going to go 5 consecutive batters off the left side against Woodruff to start the day. The 3 switch hitters in the lineup with Corbin Carroll and Del Castillo, the lefties. And that one misses. 2 balls and a strike. See Woodruff varying his delivery up a little bit. He's been fastball heavy in the first innings of games. He's got a great changeup. It's one of his best pitches, and he drops another one in there, and it's 3-1 now.
Yeah, against the Pirates last time out, the first 32 pitches of the game were either a 4-seamer or 2-seamer for Brandon Woodruff, and he was fine until Connor Griffin ended up hitting a home run against him.
And he lost Perdomo.
A little concerning here as well, BA. I mean, 84-mile-per-hour fastballs so far in this one for Brandon Woodruff. Now, we've seen it under 90 miles per hour in the first innings of games, and he's got it in the tank to get it up to 96 this year. But right now, just nice and easy, looking for that release point. A little bit of an odd reading on the radar gun so far.
And doesn't quite have that aggressive look to him to start it. Here's Ketel Marte, homered last night. There's an 87-mile-an-hour fastball from Woodruff. I'm with you. He does not look himself right now. There's no question about that. His command is off. It's a tough lineup to fall behind against. They do serious damage. Put a 4-run inning together last night. And then Marte with that late home run to stretch the Diamondbacks lead.
They hit that off Grant Anderson in last night's ball game.
He's always enjoyed hitting here, as most hitters do. It's a hitter-friendly ballpark. .388 batting average in his career here with 5 homers. Brewers won the first game of the series 13-2. Diamondbacks won last night 6-2. And Woodruff misses with a changeup. Two balls and a strike. Perdomo with a leadoff walk. And again, the fastball at 85. Whatever he's going through, he's giving you all he's got, but there's not much coming out of that right arm right now.
He's warming up. Hopefully that intent increases and he feels comfortable to increase the intent on which he gets through the baseball.
2-2, and he got him with a changeup, so he's doing all he can to get him off a mid-80s fastball, and he gets a strikeout here. But Woodruff is relying on the hitter's memories right now than what he's actually delivering on the mound.
And he gets Marte with a 79-mile-per-hour combio right there. The changeup well located.
One away. Here's Corbin Carroll now. And Carroll on the first pitch pops this one up. It's going to stay playable. Terang into foul grounds. Waves Bowers off. He's got it. There's out number 2. Woodruff flipped a little cut fastball up there and got Carroll out in front of it.
It will stay off the barrel with the cut fastball. That one was at 84 miles per hour. Again, we've seen this, you know, in the 89 mile per hour range, 88s. A lot of times you can see that Pat Murphy maybe showing some concern about
with
Big
Brad
Woo.
Epstein, by the way, the Brewers athletic trainer, on the top step, keeping a close eye on Woodruff. And Del Castillo takes a fastball for a strike. Perdomo with his lead at first. Woodruff taking all of the pitch clock, and that one misses.
And the one thing that you got to think about with Big Woo as well, with the lower velocity reading so far in this game, is he's very honest with the training staff, with his coaching staff. If he doesn't feel good, there is no way that he is going to keep himself out there. So we'll see what happens here.
Yeah, those are concerned looks in that dugout. Del Castillo swings and misses at a fastball at 87.
How often do you see Pat Murphy talking to the pitching coach?
Yeah,
usually
rarely.
over there in the corner.
Only when it's concerning pitching changes. Did he go? He did. Got a secured at first, no problem. Inning is over, and Brandon Woodruff doesn't have a whole lot in the arsenal right now. Diamondbacks failed to score in the first. Couple of strikeouts for Brandon Woodruff, and now the Brewers coming to bat, trying to snag this final game of this series and win the series. Pat Murphy, some serious concern over his starting pitcher, although Brandon Woodruff got through that first inning. We'll see if he comes back out for a second. Potawatomi Sportsbook batting order has Garrett Mitchell leading off today. Mike Soroka gets the ball for Arizona. And like Woodruff, he appears to have fought through multiple injuries where he's lost seasons, Vinny. He's off to a 4-0 start this year with a 2.60 ERA.
It's a surprise start, a surprise successful start of the season for Michael Soroka. 6'5" right-hander. He's got a power slurve. Gets a lot of strikeouts on that. We talked about in the open, though, how the Brewers are stacking their lineup with left-handed hitters. He does have trouble against lefties. Take a look at that arsenal. 31% of the time he's throwing that pitch right there. 81 miles per hour on average, and it breaks big in both directions, up and down and side to side.
With the Cubs last year, Cubs and Nationals a season ago, came to prominence as a member of the Atlanta Braves, came up in their system, and then to the White Sox, bounced around a little bit when the injuries started to hit. Second start for him against the Brewers, his third appearance against Milwaukee. And it's an opening walk. Garrett Mitchell is aboard. So Mitchell inserted into the leadoff spot here today with a right-hander on the mound. And he's on immediately. Ball 4 presented by Feltco.
only the 8th walk of the season given up by Michael Soroka. We'll take a look at Chris Hook.
That's a power conference right there. Pitching coach, athletic trainer, and manager discussing next steps. And we'll keep an eye on that bullpen as well.
You would think if Brandon Woodruff is telling him that he cannot go any further, they would have somebody warming up in the pen. So
well, Mike Easterbrook popped that mask off quick on Pat Murphy. Murph questioned the call. Easterbrook says he's got a challenge. I'm not going to hear anything out of you. He can challenge if he wants.
And that's not the case. He can't challenge this early in the game, right? So you still want the umpires to be good.
And Terang skies this one to left field. Creeping in is Gurriel, and Bryce Terang is retired.
Let's look at that Diamondbacks defense playing behind Michael Soroka in today's game. Lourdes Gurriel Jr. just recording that out. In left field, Alec Thomas in center, Corbin Carroll in right, Nolan Arenado at third, Geraldo Perdomo at short, Ketel Marte at second, Ildemaro Vargas playing first with that long hitting streak going on, and James McCann behind the dish.
Here's William Contreras. Contreras hitting third today for the Brewers. Almost knocked one out of here yesterday. Ball that was caught at the wall. He's got just the 2 homers this year, Contreras. He's hitting .262. OPS just over 700. Does great work behind the plate. Looks like he's healthy once again after he suffered through that hand injury all of last year, most of last year.
Feels like a firm .262, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Just the way that he's swinging the bat, just missing some pitches. And
it feels like there's a lot more in there with Contreras. Been more impactful than even the numbers, as that one is pop foul. Over is Vargas, and that hits the netting, makes it a dead ball and a foul ball. Contreras breaks his bat, and then he wants another one.
And they can measure how he is squaring the ball up if the results aren't showing it. And he's near the league lead in terms of actually placing the barrel of the bat on the baseball. Again, not getting a lot of hits to show for it.
It's amazing the dynamic that's going on right now. The offensive side of the ball, the position player side, they're grinding, trying to get into their game plan, their at-bats against the pitcher Soroka. Meanwhile, there's this other developing story here with Brandon Woodruff and how the Brewers are going to manage whatever is going to happen next. Stirring in the bullpen. Here's Contreras down the left field line. That is hooking. It is down. Mitchell can fly. He's going to be waved home. And the throw to the plate. Mitchell is in there. Wow. Garrett Mitchell popped the clutch. He scores from first on a double by Contreras, and the Brewers strike first this afternoon.
That's a cutter hanging over the middle of the zone. William Contreras off the end of the bat. We talked about him not finding a lot of holes. He finds one right here, drives it down the line, and Garrett Mitchell was flying. And an aggressive send by Matt Erickson, because Michael Soroka's been stingy all year giving up runs, and it's good for the Brewers to get on the board 1-0.
Well, that was something else to see Mitchell get in full flight right there. Broken bat double down the line for Contreras. 1-0 Brewers. Here is Jake Bauers, and he takes a strike. The Brewers are the fastest team in the major leagues. You talk to opposing managers, it's typically the first thing they bring up when you ask them about facing the Brewers. It is hard to manage against a team with that much speed on both sides of the ball, offensively and defensively. But it does create a lot of problems on the offensive side. There just aren't many base runners that can score from first on a ball like that.
Right, especially with 1 out. You never want to make that first out, or I'm sorry, that second out of the inning at home.
Just the flight of the ball too, Vinny. It wasn't a bullet line drive that you knew was going to be tucked in the corner. You got to freeze for a moment if you're a base runner. to see if that's going to be caught or not. And Mitchell read it well and was off to the races.
Yeah, and you love the send from Matt Erickson as well. That takes a lot of instincts on his part to know that he was going to be able to make it home.
1-1, and Bowers takes ball 2.
We talked about too in the first game how Lourdes Gurriel Jr. came back from that ACL injury very quickly, and he's not moving real well out in left field. Took him a while to get to that one.
Yeah, good point. And maybe that was the scouting report for Matt Erickson for the aggressive send. I like it. I mean, it's, you don't see well executed cutoff and relays now in the big leagues. It's sad to say, but it just, that's the way the game is right now. And a lot more third base coaches are taking chances to see if they do execute those throws. Bowers fouls that one away. Bowers been swinging a good bat, playing just about every day these days. He and Gary Sanchez tied for the club lead in homers, 5 apiece. And Bowers fouls it back, looking like an opposite field approach. He had a double to the opposite field yesterday.
Yeah, the approach from Jake Bowers so far this season, I mean, it's carrying over from last September when he was just absolutely on fire in the month of September. And just carrying that over into this season. Jake Bowers is in such a good place right now.
He's been great with runners in scoring position. You saw the graphic hitting .290 in situations like this. 2 hits in the series. He's driven in 3 runs in the series, including an RBI double yesterday. Contreras takes his lead at second. Still just 1 out. And the 3-2, and Bowers fights another one off.
So why is Jake Bowers able to be so successful? It's a short and compact swing. You talk to him, and he's shortened it up. In the past, he tried to get a little bit extra. Doesn't need it. He's plenty strong to get the ball out of the ballpark to all fields.
Did he go? They'll check. He did not. Checks his swing, and Bowers draws a walk. It's the other part of his game, the high pitches per plate appearance. 8 pitch at bat, and Bowers able to draw the second walk of the inning.
Definitely did not go. Held up on that good pitch down in the zone. 0 swings and misses so far by the Milwaukee Brewers against the guy who's got a career high in strikeout rate so far in Michael Soroka.
There's Tyler Black back in the starting lineup as the DH. Pat Murphy had 4 of his left-handed hitters on the bench yesterday with a left-handed starter. Black on the first pitch, a fly ball to left, and Gurriel for out number 2. Two on, 2 down for Luis Rengifo. Had a couple of hits last night.
Still looking for his first homer. This would be a good time.
I'll see if Rengifo can pick up a 2-out RBI here. 6 RBIs on the year. Got off to a dreadful start this season. He's going to be trying to cover a long 0 for to start the year for a while. Tough to get that batting average back to respectable when you go in an 0 for 20 slump.
Yeah, this early in the season, especially. Time you look up at that scoreboard, that batting average is sitting there staring at you in the face. Trust me, I've been there.
Yeah, you know, and I've been there too. Not in the spotlight that you have, but I had an 0 for 26 in my second year of college, and after I hit 350 the year before, so yeah, the shine went off real quick.
I think I could play.
Thought I had it figured out.
Could play at the next level. Well, maybe.
And thrust me right into the broadcasting booth. 0-2 the count on Rengifo. Tied him up. He did foul it off. And count remains 0-2. Woodruff has emerged back in the dugout. There is no activity in the bullpen. So that would lead you to believe he's coming back out for a second inning. A lot of concern with him just because of the fastball velocity was in the mid-80s in the first inning, but he struck out 2 and got through the inning scoreless.
You just hope everything's okay with Brandon Woodruff, right? All the adversity that he has gone through the last couple of seasons.
2-2 now on Rengifo. You can see the development of the at-bats for Rengifo. New place, you know, he'd come up with the Angels, been with them, gets around new teammates, probably trying to do a little too much in the beginning. He's a switch hitter, tracking pitches well. 2-2, and Rengifo shoots out to right center. Coming in to score is Contreras. They're going to wave Bowers. No throw. And Rengifo delivers in the first inning to 2 RBI double, and the Brewers have 3 on the board in the opening frame.
Yeah, the quality of at bat for Luis Rengifo is just continuing to be consistently good, and this is another one. It gets a pitch. This is that slurve that he's able to handle out over the middle of the plate, and he just shoots it right into that right center field gap. And 2 more Brewers come around to score, up 3-0. That's a big hit for Rengifo.
RBI 7 and 8 on the year. Brewers get that big hit early that they couldn't muster up last night. 2 out runs. The Brewers with 68 now, only the Nationals with more. Pitching coach Brian Kaplan out for a chat with Soroka. Hey, don't forget, for every Brewers RBI, the Northwestern Mutual Foundation is funding 5 hours of childhood cancer research. That's the equivalent of $250. Northwestern Mutual and the Brewers proud to partner in curing childhood cancer. Good start to the day. 2 hits, 2 walks, 3 runs are in. And now Sal Frelick. Frelick homered against the Diamondbacks on Tuesday night. Brewers put 13 runs on the board. That was the only long ball. 8-run 6th inning for Milwaukee on Tuesday, but the Brewers had been in a week-long drought without a homer as a team until Sal went deep on the pull side. Wisconsin Lottery home run count for Frelick at 2.
That was just his, remember, he hit his first home run opening day in his 3rd at bat. Got about 80 at bats between homers.
0-2 the count, and Frelick takes a ball. High pitch count in this first inning, Vinny. Soroka is having a hard time fighting his way through this first inning. Next pitch will be number 30.
101 pitches last time out against the White Sox when he went 5 innings. Did give up just 1 earned run.
1-2 the count, and Frelick, a foul ball.
That's what this Brewers team does, BA. Just grinds out at bats up and down the lineup. You take a look at the lineup sheet some days, if you're the opposing pitcher, and you think, okay, I can get through this lineup.
Manageable.
And then all of a sudden, you're 30 pitches deep and down 3-0 in the first.
Frelick spoils another one. Frelick is the symbol of the philosophy of the Brewer hitters. He's comfortable with 2 strikes. Gets in a lot of deep counts. Fast runner. Woodruff is stalking in the dugout, ready to get back on the mound for his 2nd inning. And the 1-2 is inside, almost hit Frelick. Not sure how that missed him, actually.
He kind of leaned into it with his back hip.
So from 0-2 to 2-2. Rengifo ready to run at second. Frelick takes ball 3. And now the Diamondbacks bullpen starting to stir a little bit. Nobody throwing, but
yeah, I'm sure they're concerned about Michael Soroka's injury history, right? Remember with the Cubs, after the Cubs acquired him at the trade deadline last year, he strained his shoulder.
Frelick slices one, foul. That's going to end up in the screen. I mean, trainers, coaches, pitching coaches, certainly, they're looking at a lot of things here, the whole scene, but you know, the numbers will tell you there's not been a single swing and miss right now by the Brewers, which is unusual the way Soroka has been pitching this year.
Right. I mean, he's got a ton of strikeouts on that slurve. But again, stacking the lineup with left-handed hitters.
Pick call play at second. One way to try to escape out of an inning. 34 pitches into this first inning. The Brewers still at it. Had Rengifo 0-2, had Frelick 0-2. Rengifo with a 2 RBI double. He's kind of grabbing at his neck a little bit.
Dove right back into the glove of Perdomo in that pickoff.
9th pitch of the at-bat to Frelick. And right off the back of the mound, right to Perdomo, and that will retire the side. Brewers not only chip away at Soroka, but they score 3 times. And Brandon Woodruff, despite fastball velocity today, is back on the mound.
Back on the mound after a scoreless first inning. Good to see that after his fastball velocity was in the mid-80s. And talking to this young Brewers starting rotation about having Brandon Woodruff there as their leader and as their kind of guiding force out there, he brought something back which Brewers teams in the past have done, but Woody insisted on doing it this year with this young rotation, is having the group go out together and watch each other's bullpens. And talking to Jacob Mizorowski and Brandon Sproat about that, they said, you know, it's been really good for them to have that kind of togetherness, to be invested in each other's work, to have that time to watch each other and talk about what each other's working on and share information. You know, Jacob Mizorowski pointed out, I'm working on a curveball, so is Kyle Harrison, and so is Chad Patrick, and we can all lean on each other and share that information. And then you've got Woody as sort of that leading figure of someone that they can go to and get any question asked and lean on him and his experience. So they said it's been really valuable to have that time together and just kind of build that group and that unit.
That's good stuff, Sophia. It does go a long way as Vargas flies out to Jones in left field. And Vinny, I remember when the Cardinals used to do that with guys like Wainwright, Carpenter. I think Chris Carpenter was one of the first guys that initiated that. Remember, they had Kyle Loesch in their rotation, and that was a great starting rotation. That was a very tight-knit group, bonded rotation, and the Brewers have done that through the years, and good for Woody to bring that back.
Yeah, you can learn so much about this game of baseball if you just pay attention, right? And that's what, you know, that is going to do. I mean, these guys are so young, and Brandon Woodruff is leading this starting rotation. And you got the youngest rotation in baseball with all the newcomers, and these guys are just feeding off each other and learning little bits of information about how to get guys out, how they throw their curveball, their slider. And that's why this rotation, I believe, is going to be a strength all year long, despite their young age.
Brewers have had one of the best rotation ERAs in the National League, as Gurriel slaps one back up the middle, turned a cut fastball around, and the first hit for the Diamondbacks.
83-mile-per-hour cutter, middle of the plate down, and Gurriel, aggressive hitter, drives it right back up the middle. 83. Cut fastball velocity so far this year for Brandon Woodruff has been in the upper 80s and into the 90s.
While Woodruff is a bulldog and everything you want in a starter, he's also a realist about injuries, and so all that to say he would not be on the mound if he was having some issues. And now Pat Murphy and Chris Hook and Brad Epstein, the athletic trainer, all coming out. Something's just not quite right. So Murph's bringing the whole squad out.
Murph trying to, or Woodruff, I should say, trying to gut through this concerning velocity way down for Brandon Woodruff. And again, it's not necessarily even the velocity, it's the way that he's getting through the baseball, just kind of nice and easy almost, and trying to guard against something.
Yeah, you can almost tell. Can't quite get specific, but you can tell the way he's kind of showing the Brewers his problems. He has not thrown a fastball this inning, and Woodruff is going to have to exit. He tried to give it a go. You can see the frustration on his face. But Brandon Woodruff is going to exit here after recording 1 out in the 2nd inning.
Just got to be so frustrating for Brandon Woodruff. He's talked about how he has literally checked every single box that he needs to check in order to stay healthy, because that was his main goal this season, is to stay healthy. Hopefully this is just, just something small and they're just being precautious, and he's being precautious, and he's not going to have to miss an extended period of time, but probably the right move to get him out of there in today's game.
I'm not sure the Brewers know exactly who they want to go with here. Remember, you have to warm up in an injury situation. You have to warm up on the game mound at this point. Yeah, the fastball velocity way down. Look at all of the numbers across the board. That's a good comparison from the season. So I think there's some deliberation about who's going to pitch right now. I'm guessing Shane Drowan would be the bulk reliever.
Looks like Grant Anderson's going to come in this one. Yeah, you're right. At some point, Shane Drowan's probably going to be the bulk guy.
But right now, it is Arenado who's coming to the plate with a man at first. So here comes Grant Anderson. Disappointing day for the Brewers pitching staff, with Brandon Woodruff exiting with an injury. The Brewers do have 3 runs on the board, but they've just lost their starting pitcher, Brandon Woodruff. He leaves with an injury. Sophia will effort the reasons why. And Grant Anderson is our Gruber Law Office's one call that's all call to the pen. He'll get as much time as he needs on the game mound to get ready in this injury replacement scenario, Vinny.
They gave up a couple of home runs in last night's ball game to the couple of the big bats in the Diamondbacks lineup in Ketel Marte and Corbin Carroll, but otherwise he has been exceptional so far this season. That opponent batting average, a minuscule 196. A couple of strikeouts in last night's game as well, but he's looking to get through this inning for the Milwaukee Brewers, and then we probably expect, a bulk reliever coming in, maybe Shane Drowan.
All right, so Anderson going through his preparations. Nolan Arenado will be the first batter he faces. Woodruff did record an out in this inning. So an inning and a third, a hit and a walk for Woodruff. Struck out 2 batters with an 85-mile-an-hour fastball in the first inning. A bit of a testament to the gamer that he is, but sometimes you got to protect the player from himself, and clearly Woodruff just, he didn't look right physically, was throttled down significantly than what he normally does.
Wasn't finishing his pitches right that we normally see, finishing through the ball with that arm speed and intent to get through it. We just didn't see it today.
All right, so here we go. Play resumes with Arenado at the plate, and he takes a first pitch strike in there. I'm sure it's good for Anderson to get right back on the horse too, after surrendering 2 homers yesterday. He's been so good for the Brewers this year. Hadn't allowed one until yesterday, and he's got Arenado out in front. Pop-up foul. Arenado dealt the big blow in the game yesterday. He hit a 3-run homer, part of a 4-run inning after the Diamondbacks got down 2-0. But he is a good double play candidate if Anderson can get him to hit one on the ground.
See if you can execute a sweeper on the outside part of the plate, because Arenado is looking for that fastball and trying to hook something down the left field line.
Into the fire a lot earlier than he imagined, Grant Anderson. And a spinner is in there for a strike. He froze him. Arenado was buckled. Anderson strikes him out. Arenado is furious on his walk back to the dugout.
Yeah, looking for something out over the plate, and perhaps even looking for that pitch, but that's a backup sweeper. Take a look at what You know how he buckles him right there and just froze him, and then he breaks the bat. Those are expensive.
Here's Alek Thomas. Expensive not for Arenado, but for normal people. Somebody will have to pay for that bat. Big leaguers don't pay for their bats.
Someone can go pick it up for him too. Just throws it on the ground.
That's right. Break it, throw it on the ground. We got people for that in the big leagues. What was your bat? What was your version of your bat?
Louisville Slugger, Maple. That's when Maple just started coming into the fold. Right now, I don't even think they make ash bats anymore.
No.
Yeah, it's all.
I think we ought to bring hickory back.
I think they,
just to see.
Yeah.
You know those 40-ounce hickory bats. Alek Thomas sends one foul down the right field line. He got it. That's a smart thing to do. Let them bounce first and then pick them up. Yeah, I was coming in hot. One and two the count on Alek Thomas. Diamondbacks continue their road trip. They've got the Cubs coming up next. Here's the 1-2, and he got him. Anderson, strong bounce back today. Enters the game for an injured Brandon Woodruff. Faces two batters, strikes him. Good start offensively. 3 runs in the first inning. Contreras with an RBI double. Then Rengifo drove in a pair. But the Brewers lost their starter. Brandon Woodruff exited this game in the second inning with an apparent injury or illness. We'll find out exactly why. So 3-0. Here is Greg Jones to start it. Jones back in the starting lineup. Switch hitter in left field today. And a strikeout for Soroka.
Some swing and miss in Greg Jones' game, but he was swinging a hot bat at AAA, playing sparingly now. Tough to get it going. You get it back. It's a fastball. Top rail of the strike zone. Swings through it.
First strikeout for Soroka. There's David Hamilton hitting number 9 in the Brewers batting order. Gets to start at shortstop today for Joey Ortiz. Hamilton a burner.
Yeah, Pat Murphy was talking about David Hamilton's defense today. He's been playing very well at third base. Had some hiccups at shortstop, and Pat Murphy said, look, we've been watching Joey Ortiz play Gold Glove level defense here for last year and a half or year and a month. And so our expectations are very high, and David Hamilton's a capable shortstop. He has been in the minor leagues, so he'll settle in.
Well, the rhythm of the games, typically, if Hamilton starts and the Brewers are ahead, Ortiz comes in late in games for defensive purposes. And then when Ortiz starts and the Brewers get behind, then Hamilton enters the game for his offense and his speed. So that's kind of the starting place every day. You make out the starting lineup based on the matchup on the mound, and having the left-handed Hamilton against the right-handed starters where they begin. That's a called strike 3. Soroka gets the ring up, but it's challenged.
The batter is challenging the pitch.
Yeah, not sure this is going to be a good challenge here.
And the Brewers
The pitch is a strike.
come up empty on their first challenge. ABS challenge powered by T-Mobile. Brewers were out of challenges yesterday in the 4th inning with 2 batter challenges that did not go their way.
Murph talked about challenging and when's the right time to challenge, because they've been good at deciding at when to challenge, but yesterday he said they were not. Not so sure that was a great spot either in the 2nd inning. though you do want to challenge close pitches on 3-2 counts. Any pitch that's going to swing in at bat either to a walk or a strikeout, but got a lot of the plate right there.
It's been fascinating to watch how teams are developing their philosophy to challenge and what they're telling their players. And every team is unified in telling their players you have to take emotion out of it, which is impossible, but it's the idea. Just go up there with an idea. Where are we at? We're up 3-0. You're the second batter of an inning. There's nobody on. Mitchell breaks his bat. Little flare into left field. Gurriel is there to make the play. And a 1-2-3 inning for Soroka. 3-0 Brewers. We head to the third. Arizona coming to the plate. Looks like Drowan is coming in. Field today as Brandon Woodruff exits after 1 out in the second, injury or illness. We're still waiting on a report. Shane Drowan now for the Brewers. So you get out of an inning with Grant Anderson, and he gets back-to-back strikeouts, and now you've got a pitcher who can give you multiple innings now. First ball swinging, James McCann, right to Frelick, and 1 pitch and 1 out for Drowan. That'll give us a chance to hear a word from our friends at Aurora Healthcare.
1, 2, 3,
How does it feel?
Amazing. One of my best days ever.
Shane Drowan got him from the Red Sox, Florida State University. He's a Florida native. And this is a guy the Brewers are very high on, Vinny, and somebody that has gone through the injury ringer himself, but appears to be healthy now.
Yeah, he threw exceptionally well in just 1 inning of work in game 1 of this series in that 13-2 victory against the Diamondbacks. But it was 71 pitches on Friday against the Pittsburgh Pirates. That's the reason why he is in this situation, and we'll see if he's going to be inserted into the rotation after this appearance right here. His big league debut did not go well as a starter in Boston. It was about 30 degrees that day. Couldn't get the feel for the baseball. Ended up giving up 3 earned runs in just 2 2/3.
Pitched in the opener on Tuesday, part of the win. Last year he really proved he was healthy once again. In AAA with the Red Sox, he was down over 3 months with a forearm injury, which usually is a concern when it's on your pitching arm that could turn into elbow problems. So Drowan took the very conservative approach. He got it right, and when he came back he was electric in AAA last year. Pitching for Worcester.
He was punching guys out left and right in the minor leagues last year once he did come back from that injury, and the Brewers are extremely high on Shane Drowan.
Pitched in 12 games last year when he came back, 11 starts. Pitched to a low 2 ZRA. That's a little flare into shallow right, and Frelick comes flying in to make the play. A collision with Bowers. And let's hope Jake Bowers is all right. Well, that was at no man's land, and everybody covering. Frelick's, he's slight of build, but that is not a guy you want to crash into. He is as stout as it gets.
Yeah, no way. The former football and hockey player Sal Frelick, and not too many right fielders actually get to this ball. I mean, this ball has eyes. This is the defensive play of the game brought to you by Aurora Healthcare, and you know he's able to grab it and then run into the arm, that right arm of Jake Bowers. It looks like he's okay. It's kind of, again, yeah, not someone you want to run into. He's still running it off.
Frelick, even when you shake Sal's hand, you just get it. There's some guys that are like, he's made of concrete.
Yeah, spark plug. Yep.
So Bowers looks like he's all right. Actually broke out and smile there. Brewers, this game has got landmines all over it right now. Already lost Woodruff. Saw Rengifo grabbing at his neck earlier, and now almost a very dangerous collision in right field. Nice play by Frelick though. 2 outs for Ketel Marte. Brewers with 3 in the first. They'll try to ride this one all the way through. Drawing with a nice fastball upstairs. Got Marte to chase. Marte better as a right-handed bat, but he hit a bomb yesterday as a lefty. On the ground to short, Hamilton. He'll wind it up, and that's the inning. Shane Drawn comes out of the bullpen. 3 up, 3 down in his first inning. And we go to the bottom of the third, 3-0 Milwaukee.
Just that nothing was coming out. And we've seen a little bit of this, but never at this level where he can't get the ball over 85 miles an hour. So he's so important to us. We're not going to risk anything maybe long term by having him try to step on it. He's going through this process, and hopefully he'll be okay and will work himself back into his form. Because even with him maybe not throwing his normal 95, he still can get outs and win. And as long as he doesn't risk injury, I'll go with him every time.
Shane Drawn through 1 inning on Tuesday. What kind of length can you hope to get from him now?
Yeah, I'm hoping to get 3. You know, just we'll kind of monitor how he's throwing the ball. If he can maintain it, then he can get a long rest for us.
Thanks, Murph.
Thank you.
What an encouraging report right there, that he doesn't feel any pain.
Turang with a base hit starts the bottom of the third. Good work by Sophia right there, and you hear it straight from the manager. I mean, that could go in a lot of ways, but obviously they wouldn't have let him go back out, right, if there was not some concern, but there's enough concern to get him out of the game in the second inning.
Well, and yeah, he would have kept going again because there was no pain, but it's just a dead arm, right? Sometimes pitchers go through this, and in spring training he was under 90 miles per hour in his last appearance, and the Brewers are kind of, I guess, used to seeing that from Brandon Woodruff, but Murph said he saw enough and got him out of there, smartly so, right? Make sure you keep Brandon Woodruff healthy all year, and that is very encouraging. Cannot stress that enough, that there is no pain.
All right, so we thank Pat Murphy for giving us that update from the dugout between innings, and now the Brewers are back in game mode here, up 3-0, bottom of the third. Contreras drove in the first run, had an RBI double that scored Garrett Mitchell from first. And the speedy Turang now at first base, leaning, looking runnerish over there. He stays put. Contreras takes a ball. Turang certainly has Soroka's attention right now.
Yeah, remember James McCann did throw out 2 runners in game 1 of this series. 4 for 13 on the season is James McCann. He's got a good arm, still 35 years old, still can get it down there.
2 balls and a strike. Contreras lays off. Did he go? They will ask. Checks his swing, says Malachi Moore. And the count is 3-1 now. Contreras has the show belt on here today. Blinged up. And Contreras sends it deep to center. On the run, Thomas. This one is way gone. Wild Bill touches the ball. 2-run home run makes it 5-0 Milwaukee. Third home run of the year for Contreras, and one he got to stand there and admire.
That's got to feel good for William. Wild Bill, a 3-1 cutter, gets himself into a good count and drives it out of here, and the Brewers now extend the lead to 5-0.
It's been since April 11th to find his last home run. That's a span of 66 plate appearances, and Contreras extends this lead, his second and third RBIs of the game. Contreras now with 18 runs batted in for the year, among the club leaders. 1-1 to Jake Bauers. Count goes 1-2 now. Brewers are down near the bottom of the National League and the major leagues in home runs by a team. That number, you figure, is going to start going north.
Especially with Churio and Vaughn on their way back, right? Just 21 home runs on the year for the Milwaukee Brewers.
Bowers has 5 of those. It's been a while since he's homered as well. Bowers' last home run was April 14th. And he goes to the opposite field. He's got that swing dialed in right now, Vinny.
Let's take a look at that William Contreras home run first, but look at this pitch. Just hangs right over the middle of the plate, and William Contreras is the type of guy that he's one at bat away from getting red hot. Look at him take a look at it. He's almost thinking, finally. Almost takes out our camera operator out there in center field. Is that Dwayne? Heads up, Dwayne.
I don't think it was Dwayne. He would have been underneath the camera had he saw that ball coming. Big fly for William Contreras. 5-0 Brewers. What a start. Diamondbacks pitching staff has struggled this year. Their lineup is well equipped to give the Dodgers a run. Here's Black, bouncing ball with some topspin. Bounces through the hole into right field. Bowers on his way to third. And Tyler Black, who had 3 hits on Tuesday, collects his first of the day here in the 3rd inning.
It finds another hole, and this did have a ton of topspin on it and just scoots through the hole. Gets on Marte without a ton of range. Not able to keep that one in the infield without a dive, and that's big. Why? Because Jake Bauers does a nice job of cutting the bases and gets over to third base, going first to third.
Wire Cam gives it a great look, brought to you by Potawatomi Sportsbook. A top spinner through the hole for Tyler Black. Now Rengifo, who drove in a pair in the 1st inning, a double. Came with 2 outs and 2 strikes in the 1st inning. Black's a very fast runner himself, and he was leaning. Soroka almost picked him off.
4 stolen bases on the season for Michael Soroka. Takes a little bit of time to unwind. He will speed up and give you a slide step. That's what happened with Contreras with Turang on first, sped up and hung him a cutter.
Yeah, that's where the speed, it has such a ripple effect throughout all facets of the game. It doesn't just show up in the actual stats of stolen bases, but runs scored, going first to third, the anxiety of the pitcher. And there's another interesting aspect to the way the Brewers are running the bases this year, and even the way they take their leads. Even if they're not running, they don't give you the appearance that they are not running.
Right.
So if you watch Black here, and Turang was the same, they've got an urgency in their body language and a lean that they may be going, even if they're not. As Rengifo, a swing and a miss. 0-2 the count now.
Yeah, you can take a good healthy lead as a base runner, and you could feel almost uncomfortable out there, a little bit almost like you feel like you're too far off the base, and you still have plenty of time to get back, and that is an uncomfortable feeling for the pitcher and the catcher. This guy's out there.
He's got a big lead. 0-2 on Rengifo. Runners at the corners, still nobody out, and he draws a throw from Soroka. Vinny mentioned that Rengifo, since he snapped that 0 for 20, the at-bats have been much better, and the stats since the 0 for 20 really proved that point.
Yeah, the results have been there for him. He's hitting .303 since then with an .819 OPS. Got 4 doubles in that time as well.
He's tied with Turang for the club lead in doubles at this point. Little chopper going to get a run in. Coming in, Perdomo only play his first, and Rengifo with an RBI on a ground out. His 30 RBI of the game. He makes it 6-0 Brewers.
Phenomenal team at bat right there from Luis Rengifo. Gets down 0-2 and then just allows the ball to travel, gets deep on him, and then just hits a little soft ground ball that you cannot turn a double play on. Perdomo with the nice running play, but it drives in another run for the Crew.
So Bowers, who had singled, comes in to score. 3 runs are in. The Brewers have had a knack to put up the crooked numbers this year as Frelick fouls off the first pitch. Got a pair of 3-run innings here today already in the first 3 innings.
And not comfortable with just a 3-run lead adding on, and that's big. Remember, they took the lead in yesterday's ball game. Diamondbacks ended up coming back in that one.
No balls and a strike, and inside move from Soroka. Black retreats. Base runners are having an impact on Soroka right now. Number of throws to first, number of disengagements. They have entered the mind of the pitcher, which is what they want. Frelick pulls that one on the ground right to Marte. Second out of the inning. Black goes to third on the play.
To your point on that, BA, Pat Murphy, doesn't matter what the score. They could be down 3 runs in the 6th inning. They're going to continue to put that pressure on the bases. Just part of their game. The team speed and the ability to put that pressure on opposing defenses never goes away for the Brewers.
Greg Jones, a strikeout victim last time up, steps up with a runner at third, shows bunt, bunts it in the air right to Soroka. He was trying to drag his way on. And Jones is the last out. But the Brewers have a pair of 3 RBI producers today. Contreras goes deep, a 2-run homer. And Rengifo with 3 RBIs as well. Good start today despite some of the injury scenarios that the Brewers were presented with. We saw Brandon Woodruff exit a game in the 2nd inning. Pat Murphy said while it is a concern, it does not appear to be serious just yet. We'll await official word post game on that. Thanks to Pat Murphy joining us on the broadcast to fill us in. So Shane Drowan is the 3rd Brewer pitcher. He's now out for his 2nd inning. Murphy used Grant Anderson to get through the 2nd inning with a man on. As Corbin Carroll stings one into right field. That is up and off the wall. Carroll on his way to second base with a double. Leadoff double for the Diamondbacks.
Yeah, that dude is a freak. I don't think he got this ball, and he hits just a screamer off of the wall. I beg your pardon, he actually did get that ball. It's just too low to get out of the ballpark. Get off the bottom of the wall for a leadoff double against Shane Drowan for Corbin Carroll.
Drawn with a 3-up, 3-down third. Now a base runner to deal with. Adrian Del Castillo. And there's strike 1. Drawn's a pretty poised presence on the mound. That's one thing that struck the Brewers in spring training. Came with David Hamilton. Kyle Harrison in that deal with the Red Sox.
Well, he's bounced back from that opening day start. Again, he just went 2 2/3, or I should say major league debut start. 2 2/3, 3 earned runs, and he just didn't quite have it that day, and he's bounced back and made a couple of nice appearances. He's looking for another one here today.
Calm, cool presence on the mound. Young lefty. Been through a lot already in his career, but feels like he's got a great opportunity here with the Brewers, and he puts that one right by Del Castillo. Good fastball at 95, and a strikeout for Drone, his first K.
This kid's got multiple weapons. 95-mile-per-hour fastball. Not only does he have the stuff, but he's got the command. That's well placed right on the corner.
So much to like about these young pitchers. Results might not be there at the finished product, as we saw with Brandon Sproat last night, but you could see these guys just kind of coming together, building into a real rotation here with so much talent up and down, all led by the Miz, of course,
right,
the young phenom, and he's not even close to a finished product yet.
Right. It's scary how good the Miz is going to be and could be. Kyle Harrison, Brandon Sproat. Take a look at 2 of the 3 right there. There's Kyle Harrison on the left. And Chad Patrick with a great year last year.
Talked to Matt Arnold last night. He's still hopeful that Quinn Priester can come back. Priester's dealing with an injury and trying to work his way back, make sure he's healthy. TOS is the injury, thoracic outlet syndrome, which is a fairly common injury for pitchers. As a ground ball through for a base hit. Carroll had to retreat, so only gets to third. And it'll be first and third here with one away. Vargas extending his hitting streak.
Anything near the zone for Vargas, and he's barreling up early on in the season. Been one of the most productive hitters in all of Major League Baseball, and now has a 23-game hitting streak to start the season. Carroll had to retreat back to second base. You don't want to run into an out there.
23 in a row. Vargas had 2 hits last night. First and third here for Lourdes Gurriel. Since you and Dom are aligned, Dominic Cotroneo, our stats man, are aligned in the hitting streak not going back into the previous year. I won't mention that that's 26 in a row for Vargas going back to last year.
If he ends up getting to 56, it will count.
There's a little jam shot, long run. Hamilton can't get there. That little flare falls for Gurriel. It'll be an RBI single. Diamondbacks are on the board.
This one gets in on the hands of Gurriel, and he just muscles it out into center field. He knows it's a hit off the bat, and it ends up plating the first run for the Diamondbacks. It's a team, and you're going to see Chris Hook with a mound visit right here, as you're hoping this is all they get. One out in first and second here for the Diamondbacks.
This game can change quickly. Diamondbacks can hit the long ball. They've got a lot of power up and down their lineup. So Chris Hook feeling the urgency of the moment, even with a 6-1 lead, out for a mound visit, which will give us a chance to hear a word from Potawatomi Sportsbook.
When Potawatomi Sportsbook invited me, John Kuhn, to be their spokesperson, I had to join the team. Yes! Yeah! Potawatomi Sportsbook, your sport, our stadium.
And Nolan Arenado, there he is again. 3-run homer yesterday. He was at the plate with a man on in the second inning. Grant Anderson's first batter face. Anderson struck him out. And Arenado was upset. He was fooled by an inside corner breaking ball. Slammed his bat down. See if Drowan can get a double play ball out of him here. Fly ball right field, slicing foul.
A super aggressive Nolan Arenado to the fastball. He will chase down below the zone, but the problem is he'll chase but not swing and miss. He will hit some of the ugliest pitches, some of the ugliest swings you'll ever see, just to stay alive in an at-bat.
Those are the splits this year. He's been better against same-side pitchers. A lot more at-bats against right-handed pitchers. First and second, one out, and a swing and a miss. Changeup from Drowan. Nice one.
Yeah, good pitch from Shane Drowan. Pulls the string on him. Take a look at what Arenado's done in the last 14. 5 home runs, hitting over 400.
3-run homer last night. Part of a 4-run inning for Arizona last night. Drowan deals, jammed him. That is a fair ball. Only play is first. Second out of the inning. Both runners advance.
It's way in on the hands right here of Nolan Arenado. Oh, my goodness. Look at how deep he catches that ball, back almost behind the plate.
Well, now Drowan has the matchup with the lefty Alek Thomas. This is a key batter in this game. The Brewers lead 6-1. Diamondbacks have runners in scoring position here. 2 men are out. Thomas was a strikeout victim to end the second inning. That was against Anderson. Vargas and Gurriel on the backs. Here's a 1-0. Opposite field foul ball.
Drowan gets a lot of swing and miss on the slider. Very tight, sharp slider that he has as a weapon in his back pocket, especially against left-handed hitters. Now Thomas about an aggressive hitter. He will go fishing for that slider.
Contreras got to be on his toes back there. That's a fastball that missed. 2-1 to count. Drawn ready. And did he go? Yes, he did. 2-2 the count. Good call, Vinny. Chase that slider.
87 miles per hour. That is nasty. Take a look. He went way too far. Let's see if he feeds it to him again.
Gotta make a big pitch here. Second and third, 2 away. Here comes a 2-2. And he surprised him with a fastball at 96. Caught him guessing. Drawn with a strikeout. Big time right there. Strands 2 on. Does surrender a run. But the Brewers still lead this game 6-1. On the road, then they've got the Yankees and the Padres. Got to pack the ballpark for those series. Hope you'll make plans to be with us. 6-1 Brewers. We go to the bottom of the 4th inning, and David Hamilton leads off for Milwaukee. Brewers with 2 3-run innings, the first and the third.
Second in baseball with that many 3-run innings. Quite remarkable, BA, especially with the lack of ability to hit the long ball. Something quite the opposite of the leader of that category, the Yankees.
And Hamilton, that's a sinking line drive down for a hit. David Hamilton with his first hit of the game. It's a leadoff single here in the 4th as we send it down to Sophia. What do you have, Soph?
Well, I was talking to Matt Erickson, who worked with David Hamilton as a minor leaguer with the Wisconsin Timber Rattlers before that trade to the Red Sox. And he made an interesting comparison, guys, to Lorenzo Cain. He said, you know, during the day, David has this like really calm personality, really calm demeanor. He's kind of a slow mover during the day. And then he gets out on the field and it's like what we used to see from Lo Cain, where it's fast and explosive, and it's like he's got a different motor during the game. So Matt Erickson said it's been a lot of fun to kind of go through that daily work with him on the infield. He's a really diligent worker, and then see that motor tick up during the game.
Yeah, that's a great point. And you know, he's got that slow Texas way about him. He's from San Marcos, which is between Austin and San Antonio. Kind of a baseball hotbed down there. There's a challenge, and I believe McCann with the challenge. Let's see, that is in there for a strike. That was not great mic work by Mike Easterbrook. We're judging the umpires if they're not judged enough on the mic work. Mike Easterbrook did not like the outcome there. The ball's in a strike. There goes Hamilton. Mitchell. Oh, he hit Soroka. Got him in the foot. Hamilton springs to his feet, goes to third base. Wheels in motion, the speedy wheels of the Brewers.
And more pressure, getting the infielders moving around. Garrett Mitchell hits a screamer off the foot of Michael Soroka on a changeup. That's off the right heel. And just squirts into the outfield, and David Hamilton able to basically walk into third base. That's a nice little swing by Garrett Mitchell.
Right off the heel of the right foot of Soroka. Hamilton in a head-first slide, all in one motion. The slide, popped himself back up, and then on his way to third. Mitchell's got a base hit, on base for the second time. Here comes Bryce Terang now. It's a thing of beauty. Look at guys that run like this.
My goodness. Just floats around the bases, doesn't he? That's fun to watch. It's probably just about as fast as Lorenzo Cain, too, per Sophia's report on that.
No question about that. He can go. Brewers have a lot of burners, including Mitchell, who scored from first on that Contreras double in the first inning. And you measure speed in the game of baseball with feet per second. The elite runners are 28 feet per second plus. Mitchell was near 30 feet per second on that mad dash around the bases.
29.6 feet per second. That is flying. Not too many runners that can get it up into that range.
Terang at the plate. about as fast as you could be right now with Hamilton at third, Mitchell at first, and Turang at the plate. Can do a lot of things offensively with these guys. See if Mitchell's on the move. Diamondbacks have their middle infielders halfway in. Corners are all the way in. Turang trying to shoot one to left, fouls it away. Brewers are second in the big leagues in batting average, runners in scoring position. They were first until yesterday's game, and then so far today.
They have 7 guys.
Oh, ball gets away. Hamilton started, then stopped.
If there was 1 out, or 2 outs, I should say, David Hamilton's going to continue to go on this ball right here. Look at this getaway from Vargas. I think he could bang. But it's the instincts of David Hamilton that decided, you know what, I don't want to risk it here. This is going to be bang bang. I'm already at third base with less than 2 outs. I'm not going to take the bat off Bryce Turang's hand.
Yeah, it's a safe move. Let's see if Turang can cash it in now. No balls, 2 strikes. Runners at the corners here in the 4th, and Turang fouls it back. There's been a lot of action on the base pads already in this game. 2 3-run innings. Brewers have 8 hits already. We're only in the 4th inning. Turang pulls one to right, a base hit. Hamilton is in. Mitchell on his way to third. Bryce Turang gets the run right back. It is 7-1 Milwaukee.
And more hitting with runners in scoring position. Bryce Turang loves these spots. Hits the slurve, stays on it. Look how that head stays down. Keeps that shoulder in. It's a hot shot into right field. Scores Hamilton easily. And look at Garrett Mitchell cruising around to third.
Bryce Turang, RBI number 20 on the year. Hamilton's wisdom paid off over there. Would have been a close play. Decided to stay put. And then Turang drives him in anyway. First and third, here is Contreras. A double and a 2-run homer, 3 RBIs on the day. And he sends out into shallow left field. That's going to fall for a base hit. Mitchell will score and have a day, Wild Bill. It is 8-1 Brewers. Contreras has driven in half the runs.
A double in his first at bat, home run in his second at bat in the third, and now here he is with a single just off the end of the bat. Just enough bat left off of this slurve, and another RBI and another run for the Brewers.
Contreras now with 20 RBIs on the year, with 4 today, and he's a triple from the cycle, and it's the last batter that Michael Soroka faces. Season high in ribbies for Contreras. The inning continues. Still is out. Tough day at the ballpark for the Diamondbacks starter. He's been pitching well this year. Hadn't lost a game all season, and now that is in jeopardy. The Brewers have an 8-1 lead. Philip Abner, who just arrived to the big league club yesterday, Vinny, will take over now.
The only lefty in the pen for the Diamondbacks. 90-mile-per-hour fastball, doesn't throw real hard. Slider at 79, changeup at 81.
Jake Bauers takes a strike. It has been an onslaught by the Brewers offensively here this afternoon. Bauers with a walk and a double. A walk and a single, I should say. 2 runs scored. Turang and Contreras aboard. Still nobody out here in the 4th. And it's 1-2. Eight-game hitting streak after that single in the 3rd for Bauers. Been a heavy streak as well. High fly ball into center. Thomas came in, now goes back. He'll make the play. Both runners. No, now Turang's on his way. Oh, Turang with a little base running deke. He tagged, he started, and then he stopped once he saw the kind of throw that was coming in. And then he wound it back up again. That was smart.
I can't tell you how good this is, because Perdomo should have been lined up to third base, and he's lined up to second, and that's the reason why Turang takes off to third. If you're lined up to the base ahead of the runner, he's going to stay put.
Ball player, that's what he is. Just feel the game, read the game. Contreras didn't know what to do. He was watching Turang the whole time. He's like, nah, that's not for me. The stop start, that's for the speedsters. Plus the throw came into second. Tyler Black now, runners at the corners. Black with a single his last time up, has one of the 10 hits. Brewers scored 13 runs against the Diamondbacks Tuesday night. Already 8 on the board here today. These are the times you want to get greedy, though. Black getting to face a left-handed pitcher. Was out of the starting lineup against a lefty yesterday. He'll take advantage of it. Rolls over one. Double play chance. Perdomo's throw is in time, and the Diamondbacks get out of the inning, but the Brewers keep piling on here. They add 2 more in the 4th. It is 8-1 Milwaukee. Got the drone out today inside the ballpark. You know what that means? There's a highly skilled drone pilot. Behind every good drone is a skilled drone pilot.
That thing would be crashing against the wall if it were me.
Giving us some great looks here at American Family Field. There's a drone in the air and a drone on the mound. It does look like Drohan, the spelling of the name, but if you say it real fast and the way he does, it's drone. And he's pitching in an 8-1 game. Brandon Woodruff left in the 2nd inning, just wasn't quite himself, dealing with some kind of injury that Pat Murphy said doesn't expect to be serious, but they want to be cautious with him. And so Woodruff came out of the game. Grant Anderson got the last 2 outs of the 2nd, and it's been drawing ever since. Pitching in his 3rd inning now. James McCann, number 9 hitter. First batter that Drohan faced in the 3rd inning. Flew out to right on the first pitch he saw. And it's 1-2. It's been a festive day at the ballpark. A lot of school kids were here today. There are hundreds and hundreds of yellow school buses out in the parking lot, bringing them in by the busload. Soft liner right to Hamilton. McCann is retired. Weather day's always a big hit. I mean, what a field trip for the kids as well. Had them out before the game. All kind of experiments on the field. Local weather celebrities, meteorologists here making clouds. I mean, come on, man, what a day. You talk about fun at the old ballpark. Bring your PBJ and your Doritos and make a day of it.
Little Debbie snacks. Yeah, the kids love it.
Look at that. Now going for the cheese curds. Love it. We used to have those dare games in the minor leagues, you know, when they'd have all the kids out, but they'd always have to get back to school. So in like the 5th inning, they'd all go home.
Right, right. In an enthralling game on the field,
yeah.
Right? That very few of them are paying attention to, probably.
Not like those 3. Uh-oh, Drone hit the bull.
I used to have to go into the change drawer of my dad's den in order to get enough money for a hot dog at the ballpark.
Oh, is that right?
Yeah, I had to sneak it.
Did you do field trips to County Stadium back in your day?
Yes.
See, that's it. You guys are so lucky.
You guys didn't have that?
I didn't live near. We went to the bread factory. There's a bouncer to Hamilton. He slips and recovers in time. He took a divot out of the the grass right behind the skin of the dirt there. Good body movement to stay upright. Yeah, I live 2.5 hours away from the nearest big league ballpark. That's why I tell people, you live here in this area, you are so lucky.
You're spoiled, right?
To be this close.
Yep.
Bread factory, big league game.
What'd you learn at the bread factory?
You know, you learn how to make bread. Ate a lot of bread. No lunch day that day, just eat a lot of bread. I'm not sure that's the greatest thing for a kid to see in the 80s, however. The bread factory. Pretty cool field trip. Brewers do a ton of groups, and school groups, church groups, summer camp groups. I mean, core memories here as Drone gets a strikeout of Marte. Good looking slider from Shane Drone. 3 up, 3 down inning with a couple of ground.
One, but did have 2 walks. Andrew Vaughn got a hit. They both played 5 innings. They're expected to be back in the lineup today. Pat Murphy said they got a good report on both of those players last night. Again, they're just trying to build up at bats and innings, hopefully ready to rejoin the team by Monday in St. Louis. And if you're keeping up with the Nashville Sounds pitching staff, they've got a doubleheader today. Robert Gasser and Coleman Crowe, who we saw make his major league debut in Miami, they're pitching today in the doubleheader. And then Quinn Priester takes the mound for his 3rd rehab appearance tomorrow. So we'll keep an eye on that for you as well.
Nice, Sophia. Sophia, did you see the throw that Jesus Madej made as Rengifo, a little soft liner for an out? The throw he made from shortstop last night, 100-mile-an-hour throw from shortstop.
18 years old.
Who does that?
Yeah. Jesus Madej does.
That was unreal.
Is he the number 1 prospect in baseball yet? The other 2 guys ahead of him are going to graduate off that list pretty soon because they're both in the big leagues, so he'll be the number 1 prospect.
Connor Griffin and Kevin McGonigal, the 2 rookies for the now in the big leagues with the Pirates and the Tigers respectively. McGonigal looks like he is making a serious run for Rookie of the Year in the American League. What a hitter he is at age 21. Frelick coming back our way.
Yeah, the amount of young future stars in the game right now in the big leagues and performing well is quite remarkable, and it's just a good sign for the game having all these talented players come up and performing.
Frelick takes a ball. We were having this conversation off the air, but consensus seems to be that the reason some of these young players are having such great success is the traject machines, the ones that mimic the pitcher stuff. So you can put any pitcher in. You can, as Frelick hits a bullet into right field, but right at Carroll. And there is out number 2. So you're a minor league player. If you have one of these expensive traject machines, you can go in, load up Paul Skeens if you want. You get a hologram of Skeens, so you see the pitcher himself, and then you set all the readings for the shape of his actual pitches coming out of that machine.
The shape and the velocity.
Amazing.
Yeah. So you can have 300 at-bats against Paul Skeens if you want it. You know, the other thing too, BA, I mean, guys are throwing harder now more than ever, but even at the high school prep level, they're facing a lot of velocity. And so I think these kids, before they get into the minor leagues, they're ready and they're seeing this kind of stuff out of pitchers' hands.
Well, it's a great sign. The game's younger and younger, and youthful enthusiasm. That is a great thing for the Brewers, who are always going to be an organization that trends young. Will give their guys chances at a young age to not only come up to the big leagues, but get a little runway in the big leagues as well.
Right.
Greg Jones with 2 outs. 2 and 1 to him, and he fouls that one away.
Yeah, that can't go understated, right? Just the leash, you could call it. You get a long leash here in Milwaukee to develop at the big league level. The last stop to develop to your development trajectory as a player.
2-2. And did he go? Able to check his swing here. 3 balls, 2 strikes to count. Brewers lead at 8-1. We're in the 5th. Jones looking for his first hit of the day. And down he goes. So a 1-2-3 inning for Abner. 8-1 our score. We're 5 in the books. We go to the 6th. Diamondbacks coming up. Closed up. Panels are closed up. Perfect inside American Family Field. Great to have you with us today. And it's all gone the Brewers' way for the most part. They lead it 8-1. Jumped out with a 3-run first inning. Had a 3-run third, and then 2 more in the 4th. Big RBI game from Contreras. He's driven in 4. Rengifo with 3 RBIs. And the only blemish in the game, Brandon Woodruff had to exit. It's an injury in the 2nd, not thought to be serious, but exited nonetheless after 1 out in the 2nd inning. But Shane Drawn, following Grant Anderson, has come on and given the Brewers the bulk innings which they needed. He's coming off a 3-up 3-down inning. He's retired 5 in a row. Pitching in his 4th inning now, and that's a fair ball. Drawn didn't cover, and Carroll's going to reach. That'll be an infield hit. He just forgot.
Yeah, that's something that Chris Hook, Pat Murphy, Jim Henderson, and especially Charlie Green, who is in charge of the PFPs and the ability to field your position as a pitcher, he's going to let them know about this one. He's just standing there watching this play unfold, and Corbin Carroll walks to first base.
It would have been a race to the bag. Carroll can really run. Not saying that would have been an easy play by any stretch.
And Charlie Green is gonna let him hear about that one.
First pitch slider, a good one. It's been a good pitch for Drawn today. Adrian Del Castillo, the batter. He struck out twice. Drawn got him in the 4th. Diamondbacks put up a threat in that 4th inning. At the time, it was a 6-0 game, but then Arizona scored one on a Gurriel single and had a couple of at-bats with 2 on. Could have changed the game, but Drawn got through it. And he's pitching well here in relief of Anderson, who is in relief of Woodruff. Oh, 0-2 the count on Del Castillo. Caught yesterday's game. He's in there as the DH today. Homered yesterday. Oh, emergency hack, just fouls it off. Slider's been a good pitch for Drawn. He's got these Diamondbacks tied up with it. Some awkward swings on that pitch.
I asked Shane Drawn in spring training what he likes to throw to left-handed hitters versus right-handed hitters. He said he does not care. He said he doesn't kind of have one way to attack a lefty versus a righty. He throws every pitch. He's comfortable throwing every pitch to both lefties and righties.
Bouncing ball, gloved by Hamilton. Terang's got it. Throw to first in time. Nicely done. Slow hit ground ball. Hamilton did the hard part, set it up beautifully for Terang, and it's a 6-4-3 double play.
Del Castillo late to get out of the box because he got jammed and doesn't run real well. He's a catcher, and they're able to turn the easy 4-6-3 double play. Pitcher's best friend right there.
Nice little feed. Hamilton to Terang. Here's Vargas now. We had a veteran in the booth with us a moment ago, Wally Millard, United States Army.
Went on the honor flight with Wally, good friend of mine now. And what a great organization.
Slow roller out to Rengifo, who bobbles that one. He got his steps crossed up. Tried to take the big step to get the big bounce, came up short, and that one ate him up. That'll be an error.
It's right off the heel. You're right. Yeah, definitely got his feet crossed up and got him right in the heel of the glove. It's going to be E5.
Extends the inning here. Yeah, while he was in the booth, I saw a few of our veterans who went on the honor flight in the ballpark. Say hello to our great pal Karen Relke. She does such an incredible job. Mary DeLatt on the board of directors as well.
Yeah.
And That's one of the great organizations we love to support.
A good friend of mine, Rob Slack from Fantasy Camp, he actually just went on the honor flight, and he took Art Pak, a veteran, Vietnam vet, and just a super impactful day for those vets. Come back to about thousands of people at Mitchell Airport, just congratulating them for their service, and really impactful.
If you can't be a sponsor on one of those, to just be there when the vets come back home from their day trip to DC, it's such a powerful moment. I've been to a few myself, and it's a kind of ovation, the kind of reception they deserve, these veterans. Wally was in West Germany and Berlin during the Cold War. He spent 18 months away from home. One and two, the count on Gurriel with a runner at first. And he got him. How about that? Drawn with a changeup. Nicely done. Picks up his 4th strikeout. He's pitching well. Brewers in front 8-1. We go to the home.
With your purchase at any of the Brewers team stores here at American Family Field, your change can help change the lives of kids and families and help so many great organizations that work with BCF.
So Phil, you might need an injury, one more injury report. Chorizo just took a spill. It was not pretty. It was a full face plant. Wiped that smile right off his face.
He almost fell again. I think he's concussed.
He left a huge divot in front of the Brewers dugout. Look at this. Down goes Chorizo.
Oh, you get that hat in front of you, you're going down.
ABS challenge here.
Pitches the ball.
Pitches the ball, which we can see. The rest of that is a confirmed call. Mike Easterbrook's he's not feeling the ABS today.
No,
it's
maybe ever, right?
Maybe some guys are in, some guys are like, you know what, that's not my jam.
In what other sport too, BA, do you challenge a call? Like in the NFL, the side judge gets the call wrong and the umpire says they're going to challenge. They have to announce, basically saying, hey, the Brewers don't think I know what a strike looks like, and tell everybody.
Yeah, there's official language that you use when the mic's on. What they're actually saying is, this guy right here thinks I'm wrong. And now we're going to find out. Umpires, for the most part, have been proven to be incredibly skilled at what they do.
You're right.
I think the ABS has exposed that fact. I know a lot of umpires were sensitive to it, but the good ones appreciate it. Bouncing ball by Hamilton for out number 1. From a fan entertainment perspective, it has been awesome.
I didn't think I would like it.
I've loved every second of it.
Yeah, me too. I mean,
engaging in individual pitches in random times. Yesterday we were in the 4th inning, and there was like a moment in the game with your going through the replay and the way they displayed on the board. Good job, MLB.
Yeah, especially in big spots, that swinging inning, swinging at bat, and then the fans are getting into it. I love it.
We've been talking about it. Major League Baseball does a great job, testing all of these changes that they've made at the big league level. While they may be new to you guys at home, I remember having ABS conversations in Zoom calls with Morgan Sword and Ryan Zander with Major League Baseball 3 years ago.
Right.
This is something that they plan diligently. Vargas backs up on it, which makes it a race to the bag, and Mitchell beats the pitcher to the base. Garrett Mitchell, the speed displayed today has been impressive. It's his 2nd hit of the game.
So many tools in his toolbox. Garrett Mitchell's speed, one of them. His 2nd hit, 3rd time now on base, and just beats Philip Abner to the base easily.
Vargas had a notion to charge that ball, but waited back to take a better hop. And then Mitchell booking down the line. He did hit the 30 feet per second number right there. Sprint speed at 30.3. My goodness. About as good as you can do it. This copyrighted telecast is presented by authority of the Brewers, may not be reproduced or retransmitted in any form, and the accounts and descriptions of this game may not be disseminated without express written consent of the Brewers. We've had a couple of StatCast exclamation points today with Mitchell Vinny. In fact, he just hit 30+ seconds sprint speed. He was 4.1 seconds from the click of the bat to the foot on the base at first.
70 runner at least, right? On a scouting scale, 20 to 80, you're gonna consider that a 70. It's almost as good as it gets.
Now Terang. Mitchell had that mad dash around the bases in the first inning, scoring on a double by Contreras. Two 2-0 on Terang, who's driven in a run with a single. 2 hits today, 2 singles, an RBI, a run scored. He's 2 out of 3.
Hey, you mentioned it before, BA, that this just feels like a game that you really want. Who's on their way to taking victory here. Got to finish it off, but you got to go on the road against a couple of young, similar type teams as the Brewers, right? Cardinals and Nationals, who came in and swept the Brewers here at home at the start of their 6-game losing streak.
Three balls and a strike on Terang, and up and in, ball 4. Brewers putting together an inning right now. 2 on, 1 away, already leading 8-1. Let's check out today's Hyundai in the driver's seat. William Contreras matching one of his best days as a big leaguer. Season high 4 RBIs. Look at his career against Arizona. 9 doubles, 8 homers, 26 RBIs, an OPS over 1,200 in 25 games. Pitching change, they'll play matchup. Brewers looking for that put away punch here in the 6th inning. To the bullpen they go. We'll set up the matchup when we come back.
Tavern of the game winner is Carl's Bright Spot in Boston. If the tavern calls the Milwaukee Brewers by 10 a.m. tomorrow, they will receive 40 tickets to a Friday night game in the Miller Lite Beer Pen. This offers courtesy of the Tavern League of Wisconsin and Miller Lite.
William Contreras trying to stack on top of an already great day with 3 hits and 4 RBIs. Loaizaga out of the Diamondbacks bullpen. Jonathan Loaizaga, one of the many right-handers available. There's only that one lefty, Philip Abner, and he's out.
He's been with the New York Yankees his entire career in the big leagues until this season. Signed as a minor league free agent with the Diamondbacks. He's been good, still rushes it up there, close to 100 miles per hour. Pitched in both games of that Mexico City series. The Diamondbacks played against the Padres down there a few days ago.
One ball, one strike, 2-minute board here. And in the dirt.
He's got a big curveball. Throws it hard. Averages 89 miles per hour on the bender. Contreras looking to get greedy here.
Contreras one off his career high for RBIs. Got a great chance right here. Started his day with a double as we check StatCast, powered by Google Cloud. A double down the left field line. Homered, 2-run home run. And then had the RBI single in his last at-bat. There's a pickoff play into center field. Both runners will advance. Tell you, the speed game of the Brewers, the base running has had a great effect on Arizona pitchers here today.
I mean, 8-1 ball game, and you're picking off to second base. That just goes to show how much these runners are in the heads of the Arizona Diamondbacks. And Garrett Mitchell just walks into third, and so does Bryce Terang into second. It's just an airmailed throw, probably a catchable ball, but past Ketel Marte.
2 balls and a strike, infield in. And the 2-1. Well, this is where you lick your chops right here if you're William Contreras. A lot of ways to get another run in. He's an RBI away from matching his career best. Where's the triple come? That's my question.
It's going to have to rattle around in that little nook in right center.
The Robin Yount nook. 2 balls, 2 strikes. And it's 3-2 now. Full count with 1 away. Loaizaga deals, and that one missed. Ball 4, and Contreras draws the walk to continue his perfect day. Hasn't been retired yet, and the bases are loaded now. Jake Bauers in a big RBI chance here. He's had a nice day. He's on the Wisconsin Lottery home run leaderboard, he and Sanchez. Bauers with a walk and a double. He scored twice. Walk and a single, I beg your pardon. Scored twice. Had a double yesterday. Burned into my mind. Starting to get his hits to the opposite field right now. That's what you love.
This is a good approach from Jake Bauers. Totally locked in right now. Just looking to lift something into the outfield to add on another run. And look, these runs, they're up by 7 in the bottom of the 6th, but you kind of want a little bit more cushion even so, you know, just to hopefully rest those leverage arms in your pen.
Base is loaded, 1 out. And Loaizaga deals, bouncing ball. Vargas waits back on it, a race to the bag. And Bauers is out, but he'll produce an RBI. Jake Bauers with RBI number 19 makes it 9-1 Brewers. Brewers keep adding on.
Just continuing to add on. Putting it in play with the bases loaded. Softly hit ground ball for a ribby. Take those every day of the week.
So it'll be Tyler Black now with 2 away. Black with a base hit. He's 1 out of 3. Had a single to right in the 3rd. Helped set up that 3-run inning. Tyler with 4 hits in the series. Had a 3-hit game Tuesday. Ready for an 0-1. Black takes a ball. Brewers will be back around to the top of their rotation tomorrow in D.C. Jacob Mizorowski will get the start against Jake Irvin tomorrow. All games on Brewers TV. Some odd start times, all different start times. Black gets into one, right field. And Carroll is back. It's off the base of the wall. Terang scores, Contreras scores, and Tyler Black a 2 RBI double. And the Brewers are up 11-1 now. Second hit of the game for Black. What a series he's having.
Yeah, he hits some production from Tyler Black. That's a hanging changeup from Loaizaga. That short compact swing from Tyler Black, and whistles it off the bottom of the wall for 2 more runs for the Crew. 11-1. A couple more RBIs for Tyler Black. Big series for him.
Came in with 3 ribbies, has 5 now. on his 5th hit of the series. Now it's Rengifo, a swing and a miss. 3 RBI day for Rengifo. Has not homered this year, but he does have 8 doubles. Ties Bryce Terang for the club high. And Vinny gave you the numbers since he snapped that 0 for 20. He's hitting over 300. You figure it was going to come back in a significant way for Rengifo, and it has.
Yeah, he'll get his numbers. Baseball Reference page, don't lie, right?
1 ball, 1 strike. 2 outs in the inning, and Black at second. Rengifo fouls that one away.
Remember, Matt Arnold and company in the front office signed Rengifo after the Caleb Durbin trade over to the Boston Red Sox. Figured you were going to get some offensive production, and hopefully they can, Matt Arnold, or I should say Matt Erickson, can help him with the glove over at third.
Erickson is an absolute wizard from the coaching perspective, the Brewers third base coach, but his other duties, he has the infielders, and he's made everybody better. Even the ones who started plus on the defensive end have gotten better. Rengifo, a swing and a miss, a strikeout to end the inning, but the Brewers, how about another 3 spot? 3 3-run innings in this game and a 2-run inning, and it's 11-1. Here comes McGill. Shane Drowan in our Toyota drive of the game gave the Brewers a big lift. Brandon Woodruff injured early. Grant Anderson came on to clean up the 2nd inning, and then Drowan entered in the 3rd, Vinny, and he looked good today.
Yeah, I mean, it's a future starter for the Milwaukee Brewers. Shane Drowan, multiple pitches for strikes out of the same window, had the Diamondbacks guessing throughout his appearance. Great job by him to cover the innings.
4 innings, 1 run. Now Trevor McGill. Interesting that Pat Murphy would use McGill in an 11-1 game. He's a late leverage pitcher, been the closer, but must have some things they want to try to get him to work on in a game like this, because it does look like McGill is trending upwards once again.
Yeah, he looked great on Sunday against the Pirates in that inning of work. He threw the 7th inning in that game. It was McGill, Ashby, and then Abner in that win on Sunday against the Pirates.
We'll see if McGill can bring that intensity to an 11-1 game. That's always a question mark for a guy who's been in the most intense positions as the closer.
I talked to Chris Hook about, the adjustments that Trevor McGill is trying to make. And the thing about Trevor McGill, he said, is that he is so in tune with his own delivery. He knew exactly what he was doing wrong, right? He wanted to be a little bit tighter, a little bit more north-south with his shoulder turn. That's what Chris Hook talks about all the time. He wants a tight shoulder turn to get out in front of the baseball. And that's what helps him with that breaking ball as well. Get those fingers out in front.
1-1 to Arenado, and he fouls one away. Ball at 2 strikes. I don't know this for a fact. My guess is there's a conversation had. Do you want a low leverage outing to try to tweak or fine tune something? And I can't imagine that they would use McGill in a game like this if that conversation didn't happen. Fly ball to left field, and Jones is there for it. Good curveball by McGill. Gets Arenado for out number 1.
Sunday is the day to bring your family to a Brewers game with the Family Sunday Bundle. For $85 all in, you get 4 Brewers tickets, lunch, and parking. Score this deal for Sunday home games at brewers.com/Family Sundays.
Sounds like a good hang, always. Got to pack this park next time the Brewers are here. Yankees and Padres coming to town.
Yeah, both teams playing very, very well. How about Mason Miller right now with the Padres? You can't muster anything against him. He's striking everybody out.
And he looks like he is the varsity and everybody else is the JV right now. Bowers takes a tough hop. McGill gets over. 2 up, 2 down. He'll stay off Charlie Green's hit list after the game. Good job, Trevor.
I would love to know that conversation that he's going to have with Shane Drowan, because Charlie Green is the funniest person.
He's already preparing his speech right now, is Charlie.
He has so much fun at the ballpark. He's been a Brewers institution, really, in the minor leagues, and now he's where he belongs at the big league level, and he's been super impactful with the bullpen guys. I know everyone trusts him down there. They lean on him heavily.
Well, if our director, Lindsay Ploget, takes a shot of him again, she might get yelled at by Charlie. Because I can tell what he's saying. Why do you keep showing me? Too bad, Charlie. You're in the news. He's trying to hide in that corner. He thinks we can't see it. Look at that.
He's trying to pull the hat there.
How many baseballs does he have in his pocket back there? I mean, that's a good bullpen coach. He's got 9 pearls in his back pockets. Can't hide, Charlie.
I always talk to him about his son Garrett, who's a wide receiver for the Tampa Bay Buccaneers.
Great college quarterback in West Virginia.
Yep.
Yeah, it's amazing to watch Charlie watch his son play football. Talk about agonizing.
Yeah. Garrett is a little guy, would come around to all the stops that Charlie would make. He was the catching coordinator at the time, field coordinator. And he's just one of those guys that once you interact with him as a coach, you will trust him for life. You know that he has your best interests at heart.
Well, there's been plenty of Brewers players that have raved about him, Charlie Green, through the years, including Jonathan Lucroy, who he credits with helping change his career. Oh yeah, making a side now. What's Abner gonna? This is good.
This is great.
We may have to put that on a delay, but let's see. And a swing and a miss. McGill with a strikeout. The top of the 7th was the Charlie Green inning. He deserves it. And a season high 4 RBIs. He's one off a career best. Brandon Woodruff left this game with an injury in the 2nd. It has been Anderson and Drowan and McGill since. Brandon Pfaadt was a postseason star for them 3 years ago. Now pitching out of the bullpen. And he will enter the mix here in the 7th with the bottom of the order coming up.
Serving as the long reliever for the Diamondbacks. Soroka actually beat him out for a rotation spot. Now he's pitching out of the pen for the Diamondbacks after signing a big extension. We're hoping for big things from Pfaadt out of the rotation after his performance in the postseason in 2023.
Here's Frelick deep into right field. He's going to watch it fly. Look at Sal. His 2nd home run of the series. Up into the Loge level. And it's 12-1 as Bernie hits a slide.
Well, they come in bunches. Sal Frelick hit 12 a year ago, now his 3rd on this 2026 season.
Well, it's got to be a great feeling for Frelick. He really struggled to start the year, but the bat is heating up.
Yeah, you knew it was coming, right, from Sal. I mean, just wasn't finding a lot of holes, and there's no holes to find over the fence.
12-1 Brewers. What an outburst offensively after a 13-run performance on Tuesday night. 12 runs on 13 hits tonight. Jones, a swing and a miss. A strikeout for Pfaadt, out number 1. Let's take a look at this back leg swing by Sal Frelick.
And he's plenty strong to get it out of here. And he's enjoying that one. Watching it go into that Loge level. That was an 0-1 curveball, 402 feet.
Always brings a Gold Glove defense And now starting to get his hits. Hamilton takes a strike. Number 9 hitter for the Brewers, 1 out of 3 today.
Everything that Sal does, so many different aspects of the game. He's just a winning player, and all of a sudden he's kind of transformed his career with the year that he had last year, and we're seeing more of the same now, especially in this series.
Hamilton late on it, pop foul out of play. Well, the expectations are so high. It certainly has felt like an up and down season so far, wildly inconsistent. That's all true, but to lose Churio, Vaughn, and then Yelich, and to still be over 500. I mean, the Brewers are holding it together right now, impressively, in my opinion.
Yeah, I agree. I mean, finished this game off, and they're 2 games over 500 in March and April, and their run differential is going to end up in the plus 30s. And that's top. You know, Mark said it last night on the broadcast when he came on, that 4th in the National League in run differential.
There's a little flare and run down by Tawa just into the game. Nice play there by Tim Tawa. Central Division of the National League has a lot of winning teams in it. All of them, as a matter of fact, over 500 or at 500. Pirates had troubles with the Cardinals. Reds with that great bullpen. Playoff team last year. They are going to be a factor once again.
You wonder how the Reds are going to hold on, right? They've had trouble with their offense. Cubs obviously have that 10-game winning streak. Wonder how they're going to fare, especially with the injuries to their rotation. Justin Steele just had a setback with that forearm. And the Pirates looked good when they came into town, didn't they? And they're in last place, back to 500. It's going to be a dogfight all year.
Garrett Mitchell with 2 away, and he goes, and it's 1-2. Mitchell's had a day. Scored 3 runs out of the leadoff spot in the order. 2 hits, a walk. Since divisional play began in 1969, the National League Central will be the first division in the NL to have every team at or above 500 on May 1st.
Wow.
The Central Division in the National League, which has taken on its fair share of criticism through the years. As Mitchell strikes out and the inning is over. Brewers get 1 more though. Sal Frelick, his 2nd home run of the series, his 3rd of the year. He makes it 12-1 Milwaukee.
Line postgame presented by Freighter and the Medical College of Wisconsin. On the way, BA.
All right, Craig and Tim, thank you. I enjoyed Dilly's little saunter around the ballpark.
That was great. We got to see
pregame show.
We got to see more of those.
Man.
What was that called?
I feel like Dilly's in his element right there. He's in amongst the people. Ryan Fitzpatrick back on the mound, 2nd straight day after his major league debut yesterday. What a scene that was. It was not a pretty day for the Brewers in the final score, but man, that was a beautiful moment. Fitzpatrick pitched well in his debut yesterday, went an inning and a 3rd. Long time coming. Major league debuts are something special. Soft liner, Hamilton climbs the ladder to make the catch for out number 1. What'd you see out of Fitzpatrick yesterday, Vinny?
I mean, it was strikes. He was not overwhelmed by the moment. Major league debut for the kid, and he goes an inning and a 3rd, didn't give up any hard contact, couple of soft hits, and no runs, and his family was absolutely loving it. That was such a cool moment for him. Family ended up on the field after the game.
Moment they'll never forget. Day 1 of the big leagues. Sophia, it was not a soft landing, however. Pat Murphy stuck Fitzpatrick right into the fire in that game last night.
Yeah, welcome to the show. Here's Corbin Carroll with 2 runners on in the 7th inning. And we asked Brian Fitzpatrick after the game, just was he surprised by that being his moment? And he said no. Actually, he said, when the phone rang and he started to get up, he said that felt like the most normal part of the day. So he seemed pretty calm when we spoke to him after the game. But he said, just coming in from the bullpen, he said, I felt like I was floating out there. But then he got out on the mound, locked it in, and it was short notice, but he appreciated just all of his family and friends that were able to travel in from Long Island, and showed great composure out there. And Pat Murphy said he could not have been more thrilled just to see him come in, face some of the best hitters in the league, get the job done, right? Come up and get 4 big outs in a big spot. So good for him. Congratulations to him. The 4th debut that we've seen this season.
It's like with every major league debut, Sophia, I just want to have you go up there to his friends and family. Tell them we're recording this for them. We have cameras with lenses. They can put their phones down and just enjoy it. What a special moment. I love your story in your major league debut. You said you couldn't feel your legs.
No, when they announced my name, it was not the most comfortable moment of my day. But I talked to Brian today in the clubhouse, and I said, what was the change for you? Not only to get in the zone and throw more strikes this year, but the fact that he's throwing harder. He was up to 96, he said, was his best fastball so far in his career. And it was Tyler Thornburg worked with him last year in Double-A, and they worked on the band work a ton with his lower half. So it wasn't necessarily getting stronger in his upper body. It's utilizing his lower half in a more efficient way and getting down the mound. And he's got those long levers and that high waist, right? And just using the lower half a little bit better.
How much force can you use with the ground?
The other thing too, he said, was the fact that he was getting in a lot of poor counts, and so he'd have to kind of nibble around the zone in hitters counts, and that's why you saw the walk numbers tick up for him in the past. And he said last year and in this year as well, just attacking early and often, throwing strikes early in the count, getting that first pitch strike was important.
Kudos on both ends, coaching and the player himself, for realizing what his weaknesses were. And you're chasing a dream here when you're playing professional baseball, as he walks Marte. And you have to be realistic too, that what are your limitations and what is keeping you from achieving this dream? And yet he addressed them, and here he is. Tyler Thornburg, that's a great name from Brewers past. He was one of the all-time great pitcher athletes that we've had here in Milwaukee. Remember, he was a 2-way player in college, was a center fielder. Jose Fernandez going to pinch run for Marte. Torey Lovullo using this opportunity to get some of his big names out of the game. Carroll and Marte and Arenado. And here's Jorge Barosa in for Carroll. Back in the days when pitchers hit for themselves, I remember Tyler Thornburg.
The catcher is challenging the pitch.
William Contreras with a challenge. Brewers have one left.
The pitch is a ball. Milwaukee's out of challenge.
And Mike Easterbrook called that one well. Gave you all the pertinent information there. The Brewers are out of challenges.
And I was right. I'm surprised they don't say that.
I was right. And I've been right so often that the Brewers are out of challenges. We'll just fill in some of the subtext. The director's notes on that. Yeah, Tyler Thornburg, back when pitchers would hit in the National League, he was quite often used as a pinch runner. He was a guy that could really field his position. So it makes sense that Thornburg, who's now thinking about the whole picture as a pitching coach, would get into those legs. And see a guy at 6'7" and a slender build. How can you add to what you already have? Success story.
Well, that's his first strikeout. They're going to get the ball.
Yep, there it is.
Throw
Number
a different one around the horn.
First strikeout of his big league career. Jorge Barosa is in Fitzpatrick's book.
That's a two-seamer. Just gets it right by him. Tips it right into Williams. glove, and Williams smartly gets that ball out of there and throws a different ball around the horn.
Now I'm just hoping Fitzpatrick has to cover first at some point. Just so we can complete the loop on Charlie Green.
I believe
the markers are out. You saw those other guys writing on the back of that board out there. They've created a sign for Charlie. He is the bullpen coach, but he's been relabeled, renamed, retitled down there. 0-2 pitch, and it's a ball. So what is he known as? There it is. Show it. PFP coach.
Pitcher fielding practice coach. Oh, man.
They knew exactly what we were talking about.
Abner knows how to push his buttons.
That's
you know
great.
that. Yeah.
PFP coach. Oh, it's so funny. Charlie Green wears it as a badge of honor. You know it.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
All the intricate details of the game. Here's the 2-2 and a strikeout. Back-to-back Ks. Got him on a changeup. Brian Fitzpatrick making his friends and family happy. He's a big leaguer. 2 excellent outings.
Group outing. Grab your crew and visit brewers.com/groups to get started.
And not to interrupt, that was very well delivered.
Didn't want to read a promo over a homer.
There's a position player on the mound. James McCann is pitching. He just threw, what was a velo on that, Dom? He threw that maybe 40 miles an hour. And Terang, I mean.
Wow. This shouldn't be allowed. Okay.
You know what? I'm on the opposite end of that.
Okay.
I know there are a lot of folks who don't, think you're making a mockery of the game, but it's 12-1.
Yeah.
We'll get some laughs in. Terang almost took him deep. Got the slow pitch softball angle here.
Yeah. Who's our camera operator at center? Because this is phenomenal how he's following the pitch up.
No easy task. Oh, he gassed him up that time. And Terang draws the walk. That first pitch he threw that he almost hit the foul pole, he threw it 32 miles an hour.
Don't you think this could get outs if James McCann could actually land this for strikes?
I do. And the Brewers are out of challenges, so it's not like they're going to challenge a call here. You can't challenge when a position player is on the mound anyway. So start ringing them up. Boo Birds are coming out. All right. Contreras is a triple away. Was that Abner Uribe with a bat?
I think it is.
That's fake. There is zero chance they're going to let Abner Uribe swing the bat.
Is he putting on a shin guard right?
Look at him. Oh. There's took a bad bounce and into left field. That's going to be a bat hop single. And Contreras with a 4-hit game. On base 5 times.
Now, if you ask position players whether or not they want these hits, and absolutely they do. Look at that bad hop. Takes a right turn on Perdomo. Almost came up with it.
2 on. Here's Bowers. Second game of the series. The Diamondbacks have had a position player pitch right where you want the opposition. Oh, you just can't wait. Look at Bowers. He was laughing while he was swinging. Slow roller. Oh, couldn't get it out of his glove tower. Got to be an infield hit.
Got to be a hit. Come on, Coach. Coach O'Driscoll.
Tim O'Driscoll.
Let's go. That's
the official score. He's got an error on that one. Not in
he bobbled it.
The spirit.
Okay. If he caught it cleanly, I'm calling it a hit.
I'm saying it's an out of an ordinary play. He's got to deal with a runner here. It's an error.
Good call, Coach.
Bases loaded. Tyler Black. Nobody out.
Yeah,
I don't mind.
At what point on your score sheet do you just say I'm done?
Oh, no, I take it to the finish
Yeah,
line.
okay.
Yeah, 100%. Take it all the way to the end. James McCann, he's done this a few times. There's only 2 requirements when a position player pitches: work fast, throw strikes. And everything else, whatever.
I mean, if you wonder whether or not major leaguers could be good softball players, just watch these at-bats against James McCann. It's not easy.
Yeah, it doesn't translate well.
Your brain is just not used to seeing something that's moving at 41 miles per hour coming at you.
I love that StatCast has officially labeled as an eephus pitch. Oh, no, it's a bases loaded walk. So right now, James McCann is violating one of the 2 rules of the only 2 that you have. He's working fast, but he is not throwing strikes. And it is 13-1 Brewers. Tyler Black gets an RBI the easy way out of that. His 3rd RBI of the day, by the way. Uribe still got the batting gloves on. He's lobbying for it.
Yeah, he's lobbying Murph for an at bat, and Murph says, "Go sit down." Look at him; he's right behind Murph.
All right, you get a pitch to contact, James. He's not protecting his ERA, is he? Oh, makes a play, falls down, scrambles, nowhere to go, home plate, and safe. I don't know.
Are they going to challenge the play at home? That was close. Yeah, they are.
John, look at this. Is Torey Lovello telling Murph, I like a challenge here. I think he was out, actually.
I do too.
I'm in. Whatever it takes. I think he was out.
As an umpire in a 14-1, 13-1 game, you definitely want to get the calls right, and so you're thinking, I'm going to make the call right, but it's wrong.
It's close,
right? I'm not just going to call this out at home just because it's 13-1. Geez, James McCann.
Yeah. Why is it that when a real athlete gets on the mound, he becomes a non-athlete? What is that? I think he got it. You think he's out?
Yeah, it's going to be overturned. I mean,
got to make contact with the glove. Good work in the truck right there. Yeah, he's out. I mean, I'm not rooting for him to be out, but I'm just saying.
And this should be taken
just get
long.
it right.
Yep.
After review, the call is overturned. The runner is out. Arizona will retain their challenge.
There you go. Fans booing.
And they're booing. Umpires are always against us here. The 1-2 put out at the plate. All right, base is still loaded. Frelick. That actually looked like a strike on the replay. Oh my gosh. Sal. Come on, Sal.
That was 35.
35 miles an hour. Sal's grinding. He is officially grinding right now.
I want him to hit a homer.
A salami?
Yep.
It's okay. A little fun at the old ballpark. Don't worry about it. It's supposed to be entertaining. Oh, he gassed him up. Is that a double play ball? It is. And the inning is over. The Brewers get one. James McCann with the rally on the mound to give up just the 1 run. On weather day here at the ballpark, Brewers whipped up a storm offensively. 13 runs on 14 hits. 3 3-run innings in the game. William Contreras, a big game. 4 runs batted in, on base 5 times. Sal Frelick homered. 3 RBI game for Tyler Black. 3 RBI game for Rengifo. And Vinny, it's Jake Woodford trying to take us to the finish line here today.
Got a 3-inning save in game 1 of this series and kind of saved the bullpen with that performance. Looking to get this last 3 outs against the Diamondbacks here today.
And Vargas bounces 1 to Terang. 1 away. Brewers are going to take 2 out of 3 in this series. Get back to series wins after they dropped a series to the Pirates. Have a 500 homestand as they hit the road to DC. Got the Nats for 3, and then the Cardinals. Jacob Mizorowski against Jake Irvin tomorrow. Good matchup. Harrison's back up on Saturday. And then Chad Patrick gets the ball Sunday. The start times, those 3 games are kind of all over the map. So check your local listings, or you can write this down. We'll tell you now. First pitch tomorrow, 5:45. Saturday is a 3:05 first pitch, and then 12:35 on Sunday. So 2-day games. Hit the air tomorrow at 5:30 on Brewers TV. Looking forward to see if the Brewers can get a little retribution on the Nationals, who came in here and swept the Brewers.
Yeah, they're scoring runs. The Nats. The Brewers pitching staff can stymie that.
Sounded like a foul ball. It was, and that's a foul tip into the mid of Contreras, and Gurriel is a strikeout victim. Well, Jacob Mizorowski is appointment television, and every time he's on the mound, you know you could see something special, and he gets the ball tomorrow against the Nationals against Jake Irvin. Diamondbacks down to their last out. We've had a big group from Major League Baseball here today, including the drone team. Drone's giving us some great shots. We'll have it the rest of the year. There he is. We need to name the drone. Who wants to sponsor the drone out there? We're ready for you. Bouncing ball, foul. You like Jimmy the Drone? You don't like that? Come up with something.
I'm out on that. Come on, BA. Put you on the spot.
Gumby? How about Gumby the Drone?
Yeah.
You like that?
Yeah. After Gantner.
How about Shane? There's a swing and a miss. A strikeout to end it. And other than the Woodruff injury, and there's going to be more on that on the Brewers postgame show, it was a banner day for Milwaukee. 13-1. Contreras and Frelick go deep. Shane Drone was excellent in his bulk role today with 4 innings, and the Brewers win the series over the Diamondbacks.
It was a big win today, BA, and they're going to finish the month of April over 500 because of it. William Contreras with 4 RBIs on the day. He's up to 20. Hit his 3rd home run of the year. Shane Drone was excellent in his bulk work today. Good series win by the